It's all about supporting the immune system. But what I want to talk about first, for those of you that don't know who we are, Sonovive Medical Institute was a vision of Dr. Wentz. This is a hospital where we do all kinds of healing therapies, and it's beautiful. Those of you who know there, it doesn't feel like a hospital, it feels like a spa. And Dr. Wentz said, through my design, Sonovive would be the most toxin-free environment technologically possible in order to encourage the natural healing abilities of the body. Do you guys believe that the body can heal itself? Yeah. Right, it can, as long as we give it all the right things, everything that it needs. So I want to take you on a brief tour of our facility for those of you that have not been to Sonovive. This is what it's about.
Sonovive Medical Institute, a state-of-the-art, fully licensed and accredited medical facility. With its beautiful spa-like atmosphere, it's easy to forget that Sonovive is home to some of the most advanced and unique medical treatments anywhere. Patients suffering from chronic and degenerative diseases travel here from all over the world to find new hope and healing. The road to better health begins even before your arrival. A free phone consultation with one of our medical doctors will help you determine which of our individualized treatment programs will work best for you. What makes Sonovive stand out is our multidisciplinary approach called integrative medicine. Here, you will be assigned an expert team of certified health professionals, including a medical doctor, nutritionist, chiropractor, biological dentist, psychologist, and more. All of them dedicated to helping you achieve a higher state of health. They will listen to you and create the high-quality, personalized patient-doctor relationship you have longed for. Every day, the entire medical team meets to discuss your case and your customized treatment plan, which focuses on the underlying cause of your illness, not just your symptoms. Our integrative physical is one of the most comprehensive diagnostic programs offered anywhere in the world. It is designed to detect and predict disease before the onset of symptoms, as well as diagnose even the most perplexing medical cases. Neurological conditions, autoimmune diseases, heart disease, digestive disorders, diabetes, Lyme disease, and cancer are just a few of the illnesses we commonly treat. Our vast array of advanced medical technologies are combined with holistic, detoxifying, and rejuvenating therapies, all under one roof. This integrative and synergistic approach optimizes healing and can provide solutions where conventional medicine alone may have little to offer. For example, our Lyme disease program helps patients to reduce or eliminate the symptoms of chronic Lyme disease by targeting the infection from multiple angles, using treatments such as extended hyperthermia, bioenergetics, hyperbaric oxygen, and more. And as a world-class cancer treatment center, Sonovive cares for patients with many forms of cancer using proven therapies from around the world. Such therapies include IV immunotherapy, tumor vaccines, regional hyperthermia, ozone therapy, and much more. These advanced methods target cancer at the source, the cancer stem cells, working to improve quality and length of life by slowing or stopping the progression of the disease. Education is another big part of what we do at Sonovive. Our physicians and other healthcare professionals are continually learning in order to keep Sonovive on the cutting edge of medicine. We also offer educational classes and demonstrations for our guests, ensuring that you return home with not only improved health, but also with knowledge on how to maintain that health. At the end of your stay, you will receive a detailed treatment summary including test results and progress reports, as well as recommendations from each member of your medical team. In addition, our aftercare department will keep you connected to your Sonovive doctor for 3 to 6 months, helping you to continue your journey toward lasting health. World-class medical treatments, proven alternative therapies, and your own team of caring professionals. Let Sonovive Medical Institute be your next step toward health and vitality.
Who wants to go? I am so fortunate to work there. I have so many amazing coworkers. When you come as a guest, you are in a medical program, but you have an entire team of health professionals working on just your case. And this is like, we're talking about you. This is a photo where we're talking about you. And we're trying to identify the priorities for you, what you really need to focus on. So it's an amazing way to do medicine, and this was Dr. Wentz's vision long, long ago, very far ahead of his time. So you ready to talk about building immunity, supporting your immune system? You ready, guys? Yeah. Okay, lots of good stuff. You have the power to support your immune system. So staying strong and healthy involves nutrients, foods, lifestyle factors, but I wanted to emphasize that you are in control of that. So you do have the power to get to wherever you want to be, okay? So let's talk about some of those things. What we like to do is we use what we call lifestyle medicine. And lifestyle medicine is within your control. We use nutrients. We're going to talk about foods that help your immune system, foods that may harm your immune system or weaken it. We'll be talking about exercise. Are you guys getting plenty of exercise walking around this place? Sleep. We're going to talk about stress and emotions, which play a critical role in how your immune system functions. Attitude and laughter. Are you guys laughing enough? Yes. Good. And we're going to talk a little bit about the environment. So let's take it from the top, and let's first talk about a key nutrient that is at the heart of your immune system, and it is vitamin D. How many of you in here know your vitamin D level in your blood? Okay, so this is where you have a lot of control, because guess what? Research has shown that vitamin D deficiency is a major factor, not a minor factor, a major factor in the pathology of at least 17 varieties of cancer, as well as all of these following health conditions you see on the screen. Do you know anybody with any of these? Right? This is common. So vitamin D is a key component for your immune system. And recent studies were done showing it also played a role in COVID and COVID recovery. So yes, already they have done research on that. So what we need to do is we need to optimize our vitamin D level in our blood. So if you don't know your vitamin D level, I would encourage you to have your doctor test that, and so you know your level. Optimum is 40 to 60 nanograms, or if you're in another country other than the US, it goes by nanomoles per liter, 100 to 150. Studies were showing that those people who were below 20 actually were more sick with COVID when they got the original COVID. They did it in the early 2020, and they found that vitamin D is extremely helpful. So where are we supposed to get vitamin D, you guys? Sunlight. And as you know, many people are staying away from the sun. They're afraid, they're afraid of skin cancer, too much exposure. And nature has designed us perfectly so that if we have about 10 or 15 minutes of exposure on our skin, our body makes vitamin D. Okay, so if you're not getting that, are you guys eating salmon? Wild salmon. Okay, let me tell you the difference. Wild salmon will give you about 1,000 international units per serving. If it is farmed salmon, 300. Who wants 1,000? Right? So the quality of the food also makes a big difference. How many of you are eating liver and onions? I didn't expect to see many hands, but liver is a wonderful source. not only a vitamin D, but all of your other fat-soluble vitamins and your mineral iron. 26,000 units per serving. All right, you want to hear a trick on how to get liver in your diet if you don't like it? Okay, only you here in this room are going to know this. It's a secret. If you cook up some beef liver, let it cool, cut it into like a bite-sized piece, and then freeze it. Then you put it in your smoothie in the morning.
Oh, God. Ew.
No, you can't taste it. You can't taste it. I want you guys to give it a try. I haven't tried it. But wait a minute, I like liver, so I don't think I need it in my smoothie. But it is my understanding that you cannot taste it, provided you don't let your smoothie sit around for more than 10 minutes. Okay, so there's a secret. And of course, if you get daily sun exposure, a fair-skinned person will make about 10,000 units in just 10 minutes, okay? The darker your skin, the longer it takes for your skin to make vitamin D. And the older you are, older skin doesn't produce as much vitamin D than younger skin. So most of us need between 2,000 and 5,000 international units daily. And if we're not getting that, or if our blood levels are too low, then you can always use a supplement. Of course, you guys know USANA has a fantastic vitamin D supplement, right?
Yeah.
Very, very helpful. The best one. The nice little tiny pill. I like that, because you're not going to eat your liver, right? Okay, so that's one nutrient that is the key nutrient for your immune system. So make sure that you do get your blood level tested and know what it is. And just as a frame of reference, we test everyone's vitamin D at Sanaviv, and what do you think the lowest number we saw was? 15. Oh, I almost heard it. It was 8. And it was a cancer patient. Okay, so that you need it for your immune system. So we want to make sure that we keep those levels up, and that is totally within your control. Okay, that's number one. Guess what? There are also many foods that will support a healthy immune system. And some of these you're really going to like. You're going to be really excited about. Anyone have any ideas? Health foods, immune health foods. What could those be? Oh, you see the berries. Yeah, fermented foods. So we know that different cultures have used fermented foods throughout history, such as yogurt, to support digestive health, but not only digestive health, to support overall health. And the reason why is because fermented foods are loaded with what we call probiotics. I know you guys know what that is. And they play an important role in what we call our mucosal immune system. And I want to remind you, 70% of immune system activity happens in the digestive tract. That's why we have so much control over our immune system, because we're in control of what we put in our mouth, right? Most of the time. So how many of you are eating some of these fermented foods? Yogurt, let's see hands. If you're doing yogurt, make sure you are doing maybe plain yogurt and then adding your own fruit. And that will cut down on the sugar content of that food. Sauerkraut, pickles. How many eating kimchi? I knew I was going to see some hands. That's one of my favorites. We do make our own kimchi at Sanaviv. It's delicious. Tempeh or miso, kombucha. There's many others. You can actually ferment just about any food item that you want to ferment. So keep that in mind. Fermented foods supply us with beneficial gut bacteria or probiotics. And a lot of research is showing that probiotics may enhance the immune system by stimulating the production and activity of our immune cells. And those cells are located, like I mentioned, in the lining of your digestive tract. So we have these beneficial bacteria, and they actually help regulate the balance of our immune system. So very important. If you're not eating fermented foods, it's really important that you are taking some type of probiotic supplement. And I love USANA's probiotic. How many of you love it? It's amazing because it does not have to be refrigerated, and the 2 strains of bacteria are the 2 most important, and it travels well. I just love that. You could put it right on your tongue, right? And it's great. Okay, I love that. So I also love that USANA has so many great products to help support our immune system. Okay, another food that is great for the immune system, soups and stocks. Stocks are also called, as you know, bone broth. And these are extremely nutritious, containing the minerals of bone, cartilage, marrow, gelatin, collagen, and vegetables as electrolytes. And broth is really easy to absorb. And remember, when we take that in, it's in direct contact with that mucosal immune system in our digestive tract. How many of you like bone broth? One of the things, keep in mind, if you are making bone broth, it's important to use the bones from a healthy, humanely raised animal. Why? Because animals will store toxins like lead in their bones. So just make sure that you're getting, bones. It could be beef, it could be poultry bones, it could be fish from a quality source would be actually the best. And then you could make your soups with it, and you could make, does anybody like rice? Well, instead of using water, use some bone broth. And that's a great way to get those nutrients into your digestive tract, right? You can also make bone broth pour it into little ice cube trays, make ice cubes out of it. And then have a bag of these in your freezer. And then anytime you want a cup of broth, you simply put an ice cube into some hot water. And it's really super easy, right? Okay, hope you'll do that. That's great. And then this is also one of the best things to do if you are sick. So you've heard of eating chicken soup when you're sick, right? Not out of the can, guys. Make it homemade. It's always going to be best. Okay, another one of my absolute favorite immune health foods on the planet is, any guesses? No. Coconut. I heard it out there. Someone said it. Coconut is very nutritious. It's rich in fiber, vitamins, minerals, and coconut oil possesses healing properties that are far beyond any other dietary fat. Coconut oil and the coconut meat is antiviral, antibacterial, and antifungal. Okay, so it does a lot. So how do we get this into our diet? Well, we can use the meat from young coconuts, which is my favorite. It makes a nice creamy smoothie. You can also use coconut milk as a base for your smoothie instead of water periodically. This is really great sometimes for people who are looking to gain a little bit of weight too, because it provides adequate calories for that. You can use the water from young coconuts or coconut water to use as an electrolyte replacement, or you could just use it as a base for your shakes. So using that in the blender. You can also put a little bit of coconut oil in your shakes, or you can use it for cooking. You can also melt coconut oil. However, if it's warm out, you'll notice it's already melted, right? Has anyone heard of oil pulling? Oil pulling is a practice where you put a teaspoon of coconut oil in your mouth and you swish it around for about 10 or 15 minutes. And because it's antibacterial, it has excellent properties for the oral cavity. And then you spit it out, not into the drain, but into a cup. You don't want to clog your drains. And doing this like 2 or 3 times a week is really a good part of your dental hygiene routine, and our dentists at Sonovive do recommend this. So that's another way to get coconut. Okay, wait a minute, I told a little bit of a fib. This coconut is not my favorite immune health food. The next one is. This one is definitely my favorite. Are you guys using ginger?
Yeah, ginger.
I love ginger. Ginger has antiviral and antibacterial properties. The active substances can help fight infections like colds and flus and COVID and everything else, other viruses. Ginger is well known for how it helps our intestinal health, and it can be really great for nausea and including morning sickness. This is one of the best applications of ginger as a food. It's an anti-inflammatory, it's an antioxidant, and it can enhance immunity. You can get fresh ginger root, you can grate it up and put it in your vegetables, your stir fries, your salads, your salad dressings. I love ginger in my green juice. I love it in my smoothies. I just love ginger.
Yes.
I should probably just chew on the root, right? But you could almost feel its magic when you're eating ginger. It's so amazing. This is definitely a food that helps your immune system. And I am sure you've heard about this next food we're going to talk about. Anyone heard about citrus? This is going to be interesting to you guys. Okay. So there's a substance called naringin and also naringenin in all citrus, but especially high in grapefruit. And it can enhance the immune system's effectiveness by increasing the activity of an antioxidant called catalase. Catalase is an antioxidant that our body makes. We make it internally. The other antioxidant that our body makes is called glutathione. Have you guys heard of glutathione? Okay, so catalase is similar in that our body makes it when we need it. And this, and as we know, we've always been taught citrus is a great source of vitamin C, but I'm gonna blow your mind in the next slide. It's not the best source. Naringin has been studied as an anti-inflammatory and working very well in many diseases, including COVID. They've actually been studying that in the last 2 years, so I thought that was pretty interesting. But okay, does anybody know one fruit or vegetable that's higher in vitamin C than citrus?
Lemon.
Oh, I heard somebody in the front row get it right. Guava has 377 milligrams per cup